Alright boys, it is time for a runner update. As you know, we have already been stocking up a bunch of parts here for our runner build. Many of you have been blowing me up wondering where is the runner and why are we not posting the videos on the runner, and that's what we are doing today. We're going to explain what's actually going on with the runner, because as you can see in the background over here, we have a raw frame and we have a bunch of news for this project.
MOPBOYZ. MOPBOYZ. When that two-stroke pop, tell me who want to smoke with us. 12 o'clock on your block, this rumor scraping, it won't stop. Make these 70s whip, this caster smell like piss. In that balance point can't miss. Get behind me, throttle up and dip. Scooter so damn wet, came out water like a fish. Melosi and Pellini, stay up on me, bitch, I'm dipped. Ping, 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 ping. This scooter go.
Because I can't post pretty much anything else on my channel right now without getting questioned on why we're not working on the runner, where's the runner, what's going on with the runner. The runner has some issues and we're going to be addressing all those today, as well as going over some of the new parts. The runner was never sold in America, so why would there be parts in America for a bike that doesn't exist here? There isn't. So every single thing has to come from overseas. But as you know, lately there has been tariffs on anything that comes overseas, and that has doubled the price easily of the runner. So we're going to be going over the full cost of the build, some of the problems that have occurred this week with the runner on us getting basically scammed. It's been a pretty rough start to the runner build so far, but I need to show you guys on where we sit right now. So last you guys saw on the runner build, we stripped the bike completely down to the frame. We pulled the engine out, pulled the cases apart, and basically got down to bare bones on the runner. That is where we left off. And today, I'm excited to show you that we got our engine cases back from vapor honing. So if you remember, these cases were really bad. This scooter was in Japan, first came from Italy, then it went to Japan, and it did some damage on it over the time it spent there. It was very rusty, but now she looks brand new-ish. It's still pretty bad in here, I guess, but it is insane how much more these cleaned up actually though, because these cases were so bad. We had to strip every single bearing out of this entire engine. So that is every bushing, every motor mount bushing, every little bearing you see here in the gearbox or any of that, every seal, it's all gone. So we have to start from scratch. Now, it's typically not hard with the Yamaha motors, but for some reason, with this runner stuff, it has been an absolute headache. The most recent package we got here is this order from Racing Planet. Now, I've never ordered from Racing Planet before. I always use Scooter Swap Shop if I'm buying stuff in America, and I use Scooter Attack if I'm buying things overseas. And both those websites are super reliable. It's always a guarantee my parts are here within like 5 days, no matter if it's from overseas or in the US. Everything I've ordered for this runner on these random websites that I've never used have taken months. It is insane. This strictly right here, this Racing Planet package, man, I am just disappointed right now with this company. First of all, I ordered it, waited 2 weeks, never got an email. We got this package yesterday, and I was very excited because now it's been a month. As you guys know, the last runner video was a month ago, so every time we order parts, it takes a month. We got a belt. All right. We got Melosi gears. Very happy about that. We're going to have to up gear when we're doing all this to the motor build. So, had to get an up gear. Here, hopefully, I haven't even double checked all these yet, but for the back wheel, a lot of gearbox bearings and everything going on right here, right? Water pump, we went ahead and got the metal one, the CNC'd one. No more plastic water pump on here. Try to make it a little bit better. Nice CNC water pump. Very stoked about that. This is crazy. Look at this packaging. What do you think's going to be in here? Something crazy, right? Something fancy? A dipstick. Fancy dipstick. Thought we'd throw it in there. Shock mount bushing, because the shock mount bushing is actually different sized from the bottom motor mount bushings. And then we ordered an entire bushing kit, because this is the only bushing that doesn't come when you get the whole bushing kit, because there's bushings all in the swing arm here. As you can see in here, we got 2 bushings on the motor mounts. We got the big bushing on our frame. Anyways, ordered a full bushing kit. Full kit, right? No. They shorted me half the kit. So I'm missing one of these. I'm missing the 4 rubber O-rings, and then they gave me 1 motor mount. Wait a month, missing that. I'm like, damn, that sucks. I emailed the company. Hey, guys, sent them a photo. So I sent them a photo of what I'm missing. Their response is, the inventory is absolutely fine. All parts are shown. Okay, I sent them a photo of what the kit's supposed to be, and I say, hey, you know, these circled parts right here that I circled are all missing, and a motor mount. I didn't even circle that. Good morning. We assume that we have sent all the item in full. So they're not budging. So basically, we got shorted half the kit here. So I just had to reorder half this kit from another website. And that is not the only thing that we have ordered in this month that we got scammed on. But everybody was suggesting Tornado. We ordered a couple things from them and basically have not heard from them for a month straight. I have messaged them on WhatsApp. I have messaged them on Instagram. I've tagged them on Instagram. And I've emailed them. I've tried calling them. No response. They already took the money. So now we had to report the money as fraud. It's been an entire mess. I had a friend reach out to DM them on Instagram just to ask them a question to see if they're active on Instagram. And they responded the next day, completely ignoring our parts order and the problem that we had going on with that company. So Tornado, I just want the parts. I don't even want the money back. Just send a gear cover, and I think we ordered a brace and some other stuff from them. Very important parts though, for the half of them that we did receive. We'll be able to start at least assembling our motor, but we're still waiting on our parts that we ordered that are in Italy right now. We have a water pump and things like that we can't even assemble our cases together yet until we have the full water pump. So we have the water pump impeller, as you saw the CNC cut piece right there, but we have a full water pump bearing kit and the water pump rod and all that stuff that we need before we can assemble our cases. But we have been putting in work on the runner in the background. So last time you saw the frame when we stripped it down, we actually went in here and we got every single bushing and everything out of the frame. The frame is completely painted now. So it's with Steel It paint. Looks really, really good. Just went with a like matte black. It kind of just looks like an OEM look and looks really, really clean. We sanded down all the very rusty spots on this frame just to prevent any more rust from growing on this thing. And then we also did the handlebars. Left this spot unpainted for the throttle. Handlebars look perfect. And then right now we're kind of waiting on that package mostly from Italy because that has the front fork seals, that has a brand new headset for us, and has everything for the front end. When we get that package from Italy, we'll be able to at least rebuild our front suspension and put the front end back together and have this thing kind of as like a rolling bike, if you will. As for the wheels, they sit here because these are actually going to be stripped down today and then dropped off for the paint guy. So we're gonna have to go take these tires off today because I cannot get the beads to pop on these for the life of me. So we're gonna go use my buddy's tire machine, go get those tires off today, and then get those wheels dropped off for paint this week. So we're slowly like piecing all the things together. It's just the runner is like a million things all around the world, kind of like just dropping things off for paint. We're getting parts in. It just sucks that we have so many parts right now, but basically none of these parts can actually go on the bike until we get these cases together with the crank. And we're waiting on pretty much just a water pump piece at this point to be able to throw this crank in. But as you know, we got a full PM tuning setup for this. So I still see people, whenever they see the runner and see the build we're going with, suggesting an exhaust and suggesting this and that. But we already have all the parts right here. Like, we're not changing anything. So we got PM tuning 360 exhaust right here. We got the Maxi Delta setup here for the runner. Big old clutch. This thing is just crazy to see how everything's so much bigger of a scale for the runner here. The PM Tuning 172 kit, as I've talked about in the past. Yeah. And then we got our big carb setup. So we already have our intake. We already have our carb. We have a lot of the pieces here for the runner. Much needed brace. I see everybody talking about that and commenting on the bracing for the runners. We're going with the PM Tuning brace for the back right there. And then we also got a rear caliper brace. That's what we ordered when we got scammed. So hopefully that shows up one day. Now we're going to be going over something very important right here. This is the Runner 172cc build cost. So this is everything so far. And as you see here, we have a lot of parts, but we are still missing a ton of pieces. We still need variators. We still need tires, throttles, throttle cables. You know how all the little things that add up, paint for all the plastics, a lot of plastic pieces are broken, replacement parts, all the pretty, oh man, it's just never gonna end. Well, let's go ahead and add up what we got so far. So maybe you guys can get an idea why something like this is such a big project. We started off with a pre-bug. Ignore the handwriting. This is why we work in the garage. So we started off with a pre-bug plus $1,500, and that's how we got the Runner 180. Now the guy I knew in LA that imported the Runner from Japan, that is what he wanted, was a pre-bug plus some cash. Now, I don't know what you value a pre-bug at, but I'm gonna go off what I exactly paid for everything. So the pre-bug, I didn't even own this pre-bug that I traded him. I actually went right out to a buddy who had a stock pre-bug because that's what he wanted. Was like, yo, let me buy your pre-bug. Bought that pre-bug from him with $1,500 cash, went straight to LA. Now I bought the pre-bug for $1,500 as well. So now the Runner 180 started off the rip was $3,000. Our PM tuning parts order, first thing we ordered for the Runner, big order. This was everything we needed for our 172 kit with the pipe and everything you see from PM tuning. Now with a huge discount from PM tuning, because thank you guys for joining along with this build, $2,500 was our parts cost after everything and tax and all that, and transfer fee from PayPal for the currency, blah, 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 all that stuff. It was about $2,480, so $2,500. Then those parts showed up, scooter exhaust, engine brace, blah, blah, blah. We got charged $750 tariff right here from FedEx at the time. The tariffs are even higher right now. So let's go ahead and add that tariff in. Is that one F or two Fs? Who knows? Maybe it's two Rs. That was $750. Clutch and bell, easy. That was just a random order from Scooter Attack. It also had a tariff. Clutch and bell setup was $220. And thank you Scooter Attack as well for helping out with the parts cost. So Racing Planet order that we took over a month to get in, missing half our parts. We ordered another order from Scooter Attack that's on its way with the water pump and a bunch of other random parts. I can't remember honestly what else we got, but we might have got a variator. Yeah, I think we did get a variator as well from them. Now, our actual order that we have no idea where it's at or what is going on with this thing because we can't get a hold of anybody. All right, so hopefully this order shows up eventually. We spent $320 on that one from Tornado. Never even heard of them before. Just saw it in the comments. And we got some tires coming on the way. Those were $250. Wheels are getting dropped off today, like I said, so we're painting those. Wheels, $350 for those. The missing parts we had to reorder that never came from Racing Planet ended up being $75. Isn't that insane? An extra $75 for something that we already paid for and never got, that the company is just like, oh, we sent it. I don't know what you're talking about. Steelhead paint, about 3 cans of that paint, and it is not cheap at all. It's $100 for 3 spray paint cans. That $750 tariff is painful, dude. We still have a tariff coming for this Racing Planet order that's missing half the parts too, so that's a $300 order. Let's just say the tariffs are actually 50% right now, so it should be $150. We'll just play it safe and say $100. I don't even know about the other stuff that's in Italy and all that stuff coming. This is so far. This is without the missing plastic. This is without the paint. This is without brake calipers, brake rotors, brake lines, throttle cables, throttle. This is without a lot still. Okay, ready? The total for the Runner build so far is $8,315. $8,315. We could build 3 pre-bug Zumas for the price of that. Full built pre-bug Zumas. And this is what the Runner build looks like right now. I damn near built an entire drift car with a 1JZ for the price of what this moped is about to be. Paint and everything all said and done, I guarantee this scooter will be 12 grand. That is where the Runner build is. If you're wondering where the Runner build is, $8,315 is where the Runner build actually is right now. But what's even crazier is that Runners here in America, there's only 4 known to be in America. And he was selling one alone for $7,000. We basically are around the range of $4,000 to $5,000 cheaper than where we could have been. You gotta think, you could be $15,000 into this Runner. And that's without an ignition and like the super fancy stuff. I'm taking this crank and I'm putting this crank in the freezer because we want this crank ice cold, baby, because we are going to be dropping it into these cases as soon as we get that other shipment from overseas. I'm also going to go ahead and put the bushings in the freezer because I feel like these bushings will be a lot easier to install if they are as well frozen. So we're going to do that, hit some cleanup here, and then get a rearrangement of the parts that we do have so we can kind of get a preparation for this build that's going to be going down as soon as these other parts start to show up. In other news, we have been putting in a bunch of work in the MOPBOYZ garage besides the runner build here. So we have moved some scooters around, and as you can see, we're still working on another Cub project. Now this one I did not film for YouTube long form. You'll be watching the short form content along TikTok or YouTube Shorts, but you can see some of the scooters are missing here because I've been doing that all day today, boys. We got way too much projects and stuff going around at the MOPBOYZ shop right now. But we have been reorganizing the shed all day today. So we still have the tandem scooter. We should crack that out on the channel here soon. Got the GP1 in here now, the Bug Eye in here, the other pre-Bug, the Harley Vino, another Cub, MB5. We have stuffed the shed full of bikes, which brings us to the only bike left outside right now, the OG 150 GY6. I think this scooter has lived its time here at MOPBOYZ because I do not feel like fixing this thing ever again. We have pretty much thrashed this scooter to the maximum on this channel with nitrous burnouts and just years and years of riding on this thing with no cooling shrouds. I don't know how this motor has not blown up, but this thing is the trustiest motor I've ever had on any scooter. I guarantee we could probably put fresh gas in it and it'd start up right now. I have so many other projects and I think it's time to get rid of this thing. But I want to give it to one of you guys. So if any of you watching this video right now live in Las Vegas, you can come claim this scooter. I want to give it to one of you guys. So if one of you guys are local to Las Vegas and want this 150 GY6 scooter, it is all yours for the taking. Give the MOPBOYZ OG to a proper MOPBOYZ. I think that's how we have to do it. So this is a fully stunted bike, has a stunt bar welded on and everything, wheelie pegs and all that. We went a little crazy on a burnout on it last time, but I will throw in another 10-inch tire with a spare wheel here for you so you can pull that tire off, throw it on the back and be good to go. But someone comment on this video, DM me on Instagram and come pick this thing up. Man, looking at this runner, I realized there's so many things we still need to buy. I need a rear shock, and I know a rear shock is at least a few $100s on these for a good one. This frame looks so good though with the steel it paint, man. It just looks like it's like a factory paint. So clean. So nice. I cannot wait to start assembling this thing. Let's go get these wheels pulled off now and keep moving on with the runner project. I didn't want to post this video without having stuff to work on for the runner, but I figured there's been so many people asking about where the runner is and what's going on with the runner. It was only right to give you guys an update on the runners. That is everything we've got coming for the runner right now. And we also got our tires pulled off our wheels. We gotta go get those out of the car real quick. All right, we got our wheels and our tires removed off the wheels now, so these things are ready to be stripped and dropped off for paint. And I'm excited for you guys to finally see in the next video on some of the color scheme that we are going to be going with for this build. Let me know some suggestions on the actual paint of the plastics. I haven't decided that yet, but given off what you'll see on the wheel color, I think you'll go a lot with the different colors as well. So I'm still open to hear options of paint colors for the actual scheme of the bike. Hopefully in the next week or so, we'll get some parts for the cases where we can actually assemble the bottom end of this motor and start stacking together our beautiful, beautiful build here for the runner. That is going to do it for the update today on the runner. I'm very stoked on the big steps that we're moving forward on this build. It might seem like it's taking forever, but I promise you in the background, every day I'm working or ordering or doing something involving the runner. That's going to do it for this one, boys. I will see you guys in the next video.